like that older word?
Yes.
And we gonna have to say like wiser.
Older is cool though. Nobody wants to stay young for.
35.
Staying young ain't the vibe.
Oh, please.
Yeah, baby.
He closer
for
to
real?
you age than he is to her.
You 40, right?
Actually, no. We're closer to her age than his. Because you can't go backwards.
You always say that. Always.
But
Well, you might be close if we doing like the ranging up or like.
5 and above, give it a shove. That's what I was taught.
We kind of in the same range.
Yeah.
7
Still
years.
out of high
Seven's the new 5.
Huh?
school. I was out of high school.
How you feel about the fact that I don't know if you know that
what is
girls don't dance on guys no more? Don't you think we should start dancing on each other again?
We don't do that.
No.
No, not anymore.
You ain't been out. I gotta take it to the. You gotta go like Euphoria on like a Friday.
Oh, Euphoria.
Culture shock.
Ain't it the one that was outside like with no?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Nah.
You had no protection.
They was going crazy on COVID,
Oh no.
With the day parties.
spreading
It's
COVID.
smoky pops. You can't dance on nobody right now.
I mean,
I mean,
They stopped
then
doing
you
that
got clothes
before.
on, you should be fine. As long as it's not,
I don't know. Some of the stuff
How-
I be seeing outside.
how you feel about the fact that people reinvented twerking and act like it was a new thing, and y'all started that? They made
He
it
said y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all
John got a blitzkrieg
Y'all-
of
y'all-
like insults
y'all
right
old
here.
people started
Y'all.
that
Our
shit.
ancestors.
Yeah.
This is
This is why. So my first before the new twerking wave with the
Twerking
City Girls,
wave.
Megan Thee
City
Stallion,
girls don't even talk.
you got to think about
They don't.
like Juvenile and all that kind of stuff and Uncle
Cash-
Luke.
Cash
that
money.
stuff was old,
Taking over the
Yeah.
nine
but the
nine.
way it came back, it
It's
was
like a new
almost
trend.
like, oh, we just started shaking ass.
I mean, I don't look at it like that. I look at it as though it's just a new era.
Of shaking
You guys
ass.
didn't see that era. So to you, anything is going to be new. Anything that you do is rediscovered.
I like the old
Yeah.
era.
And
You
we
know.
just made a new word for it.
Yeah.
So
I just
we,
twerk
we,
was old.
we trying
We
to
were, like,
reinvent the
freaking,
wheel.
We were grinding.
Right. Ass
No.
shaking.
Yeah.
We call it twerking. They didn't
Yeah.
say
Yeah, my dad
twerking.
says doing the
Booty
freak is the wildest
popping.
thing.
Right.
Doing the
On
freak.
the
That's
handstand.
about
Doing the
right.
Like doing the butt.
Yeah,
all
doing
of
the
that,
butt. EU.
and all
They
of
just
that.
didn't use the word twerking. So that's
Twerking is
all.
different. And it's the
'Cause
same
once-
movement.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
That's how you know it's a new word because the white people try to use it now. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's how you know it got too global
Ooh.
when they start saying
Culture,
twerk.
culture.
I'm saying, yeah, cultural appropriation.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But they really don't dance anymore, and that's really disheartening.
Nah,
They be
don't
doing
dance.
the TikToks.
They yeah.
with the
I
arm.
don't
women
understand
just
TikTok
dance with
either.
themselves.
I don't have TikTok. I don't understand TikTok.
If you go to a party, I would say, see, my generation was the last generation that danced.
My generation.
My generation.
No, seriously.
Right.
Like, I graduated 09. But hear me out, though. I graduated high school 09. I remember, I was in high school when people literally stopped dancing. Like, I remember.
So your generation is to blame.
I'm saying, yeah, it's y'all.
But see, the thing is, the millennials are
It's
interesting.
y'all niggas' fault.
It's y'all, yep.
Nah, yeah, you're
Y'all
right.
young
I
ass.
feel like most millennials was still dancing.
It
It's
was.
the
It's
ones
just
after
like,
us.
yeah, it phased out
Gen
as we were
Z,
going. Yeah, we saw it phasing out. Like, we
I
saw
don't know.
it.
We really enjoyed that, but I think that comes from the point. We came right out of the era of the love era. When
Y'all had
music
fun,
was about
too.
loving women, grinding them, treat your women good. So we just
You talking
went
about being
into a
out in the
phase-
desert in leather jackets?
Yeah.
I think it's also regional though, because
Yeah.
like when I moved to Atlanta, you go to the club, I'm like, y'all are just standing around smoking. Like, what's happening
That's
right
weird.
now? So like, I think it may have taken over different regions at different times.
Right.
Because I think we were still dancing. I went down there. I'm like, why are y'all?
How old your
That's
oldest?
what we do in the club. What's the point?
My oldest is 13.
Oh, so he's about to hit that phase.
I don't know
Most
what
of the
that
parties
phase
and
is.
He probably already
Parties.
there.
He's
ain't
there.
I was about to say. You said about the
He slides in
13.
DMs.
They throwing kickbacks.
He slides in DMs.
I wish I had that back then. You had to like get
So much
rejected.
easier back then. Yeah.
Man, I had
I mean-
to get rejected openly.
Yeah.
No, they be screenshotting.
You
the
learn
DMs.
rejection early.
In the middle of the hallway. In the middle of the hallway. You ugly. Like, yo, what
No,
are
but see,
I ain't ugly.
I don't know, y'all, because like being publicly humiliated as opposed to just knowing you're in a group chat. I'd rather be known I'm in the group chat and keep it pushing. I can act
Oh,
like
yeah,
I
I
didn't
get
know.
rejected in the group chat easy.
You can't act
I
like
love
you can't
that.
act like you didn't know you getting embarrassed in the cafeteria because
That's true.
everybody know what you just asked.
Yeah.
And everybody know what the response
I
was.
took
I
really
think they
tough.
just go about that a little bit differently now. Like stuff that happens online, they share like publicly, like on their stories, their Finstas,
Yeah, I
all
know
that
that.
stuff. So like the
That
whole school still
Finsta.
end up knowing.
yeah, but
Yeah,
you
they
can
know
mute you can mute that
everything.
Yeah,
shit.
a
seem
Finsta.
like-
So the kids be having an Instagram that their family has, and then they have a fake Insta
Or
where they put their real
block
stuff.
Stuff on
no,
it, yeah.
Or they block
Or they
their
block.
parents from the
But
story.
some parents
Yeah.
don't be
Oh,
letting
you
them
get
block.
blocked?
Oh, I get
Yeah.
blocked.
Yeah, if
Damn.
you block,
Oh, you
the
block-
story,
oh, you
you
the
just
block
think
list?
that I don't post
Post anything,
stories,
yeah.
but you still see my timeline.
Oh, they don't post anything on the timeline.
Right, they put everything in
Oh,
stories.
everything's a
Everything is
story.
story.
24
But then,
hours.
but you could block
That's why you
specific
only see
people from
one
the
post on
stories.
their
Be like 0 posts.
Oh my! Yeah, I mean, like,
But have 5,000 followers.
right? It was like,
Like, wait a
It's
minute.
all going down in the store.
What you doing over there?
So have you had that conversation with your son? Like I know what's going on. Does
Yes.
he think you know, or he think you don't? You
Okay,
clueless?
so I'm putting out my.
You like you was a
secret.
heartbreaker back in your day, so
I don't.
yeah.
I didn't pay anybody any mind.
But that's a heartbreaker.
Oh.
Yeah, you used to
wow.
curve. You used to curve niggas. I don't want to use the N word,
but you
but
can. It's
used to
fine.
curve them.
I probably friend zoned a lot of people. You're right.
I could tell.
You're right.
I could tell. I know the energy.
Oh, okay.
I know the energy.
she got friend zone energy.
Right. Back
She
to my
she
son.
like I'm a curve them energy.
No.
Or use a more silent treatment.
Yeah, I was.
Ghost.
Yeah, I did go.
Or did you did a lot of boy buys in high school? Boy buy.
I was very active in my own world. Like I was in
Oh,
a lot of
that's
social
crazy.
different like activities. So I was busy a lot. So I didn't really have the time. I didn't really get into boys till like my senior year, really.
So you was like SGA president, all that.
No, I was just like I was in dance groups and you know we traveled and.
Oh,
I
you
was
had
in
a fan
marching
club.
band.
You just didn't know about your fan club.
I didn't know. I didn't
You had
know.
a fan
My
club.
girlfriends tell me all the time. I used to have a they're like, you don't know that guy liked you. I'm like,
It was
"Ugh."
lunch conversations about you.
Oh, that probably was
The
nice.
football team was like, yo.
I wish I would have known.
Well, you went to high school local?
I went to City.
Oh yeah, you was.
Oh shit!
What? Oh, I want to go.
Oh, we're
to
gonna have some city beef over
Oh,
here.
that's stupid.
Oh, you went to what? You went to Valley?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry for you.
I'm sorry
I
for you.
understand.
They got the same education.
Same education, just different sides of Baltimore. That's crazy.
They swear it was college prep.
We had a good time.
They
High
swear it
school
was
was a
college
time.
prep.
Yeah.
But like my son, he goes to all boys school.
Which? Oh, in Baltimore City.
Yeah, he goes to.
You did that on purpose?
Huh?
You did that on purpose?
So don't mention the school. I
I'm
don't
saying,
want to put up with your
all-boys
son.
school,
Yeah.
I'm
But
saying
he,
you put him in all boys schools on purpose. That's what
Yeah, I
I'm asking.
did.
Okay,
I did.
keep him away
for
from them.
middle school. No, just for middle school because I felt like that's the prime age where he's, boys are identifying with themselves. I didn't want him to get distracted.
Yeah.
Like he's a heck of an athlete, plays soccer, and
Nice.
he's like on the travel team. He's really into his stuff, and school. He knows school is important for me. So
Do they have a sister school?
they do, but
I was about to say,
all
don't
that
they all?
but they
Like,
don't connect with the sister school like that.
You don't think?
COVID. He got hit in middle
Oh,
school.
it's about
prime
COVID is
COVID.
lifting as we
Oh,
watch.
well, he's about to go to high
I'm
school.
sure.
I was about to say.
It's crazy. It's even high school, private school kids
Yeah,
are
He
crazy.
said
Does he play? He plays sports.
He plays soccer.
Soccer, yeah, she said
He
soccer.
about to be on that travel.
Yeah.
And he on the travel team, yeah.
Yeah.
nigga.
He plays
Yeah.
up too. So
Good
he
luck.
plays with 14, 15.
Oh yeah, good luck.
Oh yeah,
I'm
he nice.
Oh yeah, he nice too.
Oh, he a star?
Yeah.
You gonna be sitting at the game, you like, what you here to see? I'm here to see.
just wait
they
till
gonna
he.
have his number
Wait,
painted on his
what am I
Right.
saying?
Oh yeah.
Wait till he
Whole
hit that
fan
first
section.
celebration after that goal.
No.
That first high school goal hit that celebration. It's
Oh
over.
yeah. Hey mom, I catch you after the game. You like, buy me a ride? No, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
You like,
He's
yo.
already playing. He's playing his weekends with his guys. So it's a great group of guys. I know their parents. That's all that matters to me. Now the girls.
That's how it always starts.
Now the girl said, I don't know. When I see tongues out their mouth on the DMs, I block.
Jesus.
I did. I go through the phone.
Oh,
That doesn't always mean anything.
They can't just send a tongue emoji.
No, I'm sorry.
That could be like a funny
I
face
hate
sometimes.
it.
It's a funny face, silly face.
No, not with your crop top on in the bathroom. It's not.
oh,
Oh, you that? Oh, okay.
All right, never mind.
that.
Yeah.
That tongue sticking out.
Yeah.
He is a star stock.
Not the emoji.
He has to learn how to deal with the pressure. Deal with the pressure.
Whew.
I'm not ready.
Well,
All right, so we can get started. I'll let you. I'm gonna send you this whole episode. I feel like we gotta let you approve everything we put out because I don't want you. I don't know. I don't want to mess up nothing for you.
Myself, listen. It's about transparency.
Yeah, and I want your kids to be like, "Ma, really? That's what you was out here doing?"
You gonna embarrass us on the podcast?
Have you ever talked to them about your era? Because I'm
To
gonna
a
have.
certain extent. So my best friend is my son's best friend's mother. So they think we are just.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I'm
little
sorry.
closer,
They think we
Slide
are
it closer
so
to me.
whack. We like
Oh,
you
really?
just have no clue.
yeah. I feel like that's how it's supposed to go. Your kid's supposed to think you was wet.
Oh, we're so whack. And we laugh about some of our moments.
I say, I want my daughter to know I'm the corniest dude ever.
Yeah.
But they don't know. They don't know.
They don't think we can fight.
They made laws because of y'all. They made laws.
Well, they did.
Yeah. Y'all was out there with the parental
A lot of my
parental
friends are just
advisory.
coming home from jail. So.
Oh shit.
I mean, think about it.
That's facts.
Yeah,
though.
you're right.
I know.
About that 20, 30 year
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah,
That's about right.
All that time,
All
man.
the wild boys in high school just coming home.
Look,
Yeah.
it's about to be that post jail reunion.
Yeah.
The coming up
That's where your
party.
man was all along. I'm just playing.
Yeah. He waiting on you. He waiting on
I
you
mean,
there.
they do have a lot of time.
Sorry.
So I guess we get
At
started.
least you had to hold him down. You
It's
know?
11.
Hold him down.
You did have to.
You don't believe in holding it down?
I'm not married.
Damn.
So no.
So you,
No.
but only
No.
if you was married, then you would hold him down.
That would be different.
Long
But
story
it
short,
doesn't
no.
determine how. Is it determinant on how long they're in jail? Like if you're married and they get 20 years, you still holding them down?
We're gonna have a conversation.
That's
So
a
no.
no.
I said,
All right, bet.
it's gonna be a very
But
strange.
3 years, but 3 years you can
honestly,
do.
what man would really want a woman to wait that long if he really loves you?
A selfish nigga.
So, damn, you took
That's
the
what
words
I'm
out of my
saying.
mouth.
There's a lot of them.
But you could do like a 3-5.
I could do that.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this term, but I'm gonna actually. This is the last question before we get to the deep part of the episode. So, you've seen the maturation of a lot of the fuckboys that you knew younger. How do they age? How do
They
fuckboys age? They don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
They just look
Does it get
older.
worse?
They still
Or is
fuck
it
boys. Just the older version with money.
older? What is the older? What is some of the older? Moves?
That's maturation. This is financial
What's the
maturation.
They're stuck in their ways. So a lot of
Okay.
them, a lot of them revert back. Like, it's hard seeing, and it depends on where you are in your I feel like as a man, it depends on where your success is.
Mm-hmm.
If you've met your epitome of success, whatever your level of success is, it determines your fuckboy level.
Wow, I love that.
Makes sense.
You broke that down great. Keep going.
Okay, so let's say,
It's well put.
okay, I dealt with a man that was very successful. But, a lot of times, if you're a single successful man, you have a lot of single
Options,
friends.
right.
And options and what you like and what you don't. You can maneuver differently because you can afford to.
Yes.
You understand? But
Pay
then
to
you have
play.
other levels of men that, okay, how can I say this? I've noticed that the roles have reversed, even being older. Women are chasing men. I don't understand that.
I understand it.
I don't, because I'm not the kind of woman that's going to do that. So if you don't give me the effort, I'm like, well, this going to die off soon, like I ain't competing, whatever. He called, we talk,
One thing I'll let you finish. I got one.
But with a man that hasn't reached their level of success, they'll deal with what comes to them because they won't really be seeking because they're focused on finances or whatever it is, the goals that they're trying to accomplish. So whatever deals with them. But once they get to that level, these women aren't going to be, they were the meantime, in between time type of situations. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with men, it depends on where you are in your level of success to determine what you tolerate, what you deal with. I believe like, I don't mean no harm, and I know I see rain, right? But I believe all men and women cheat.
All.
Everybody does.
We don't have enough time for this.
To an extent. To an extent.
But
Actively or like.
I'm glad you said all men and women.
I'm not saying
Because
and I think
someone would have just been, oh, man.
and I think when you say that,
No.
when most people automatically think to like physical cheating, there's
No,
different
I'm
forms.
not.
It's
Oh,
different
okay.
forms of cheating,
I'm
Yeah.
like
talking in
Still
different
know that.
forms
because
of
emotional cheating is
cheat.
way more easy than
Yes.
actual physical cheating.
Yeah. Because I have a male close
So, Jamal,
best
you
friend, and
agree?
people might think that
So
we
what?
interact.
And so are you agreeing?
Yeah, I agree with
Let me
her.
make it clear. I do not agree.
I do not agree.
I agree.
Do not
I agree.
agree.
I agree with her.
Non-violent, non-violent,
Yeah, I agree with her.
non-violent.
I'm just saying.
Plymouth Rock landed on us. Remember that.
Who put the rock there?
I'm just
See,
saying.
you asked me too many questions.
I'm just saying.
I just can't read. I answered one of
I'm
those.
just saying. I just do. And just like I said before, you find a
So you look
person
at every
that do
man
what
as a
they do,
cheater?
and-
Say
Every-
man. It's like every man.
You're
you come in
human,
contact-
She
you're-
said every person, but
Every
but-
person, I remember.
but you-
every
Well, I think
person,
he's
yeah.
talking about
But
in
you
her
date-
dating realm.
But you date men, right?
Right.
So as you look at him, you like, which way does he cheat? It's not if he cheats. It's
No,
which way.
I feel like it's gonna be something. Whether I find out or not, I don't know. It's gonna be something.
But isn't that's a little jaded?
I mean, it is what it is.
It's a reality
Like
situation.
I said, people do what they want to do. It all depends on what you can handle, what they did.
So you want to know or you don't want to know? You type.
I want to know.
Oh, okay.
I want to know.
So you
And
can
are
cut
you
him
gonna
off and
stay?
move on.
It gives you the option.
It depends. It depends.
It's not
if-
always a deal breaker.
It's not always a deal breaker for me because I look at it from a situation like I know a lot of times like men have told me a lot of things are transactional.
That's true, and it's a lot ego based.
Yeah, so
So-
it's like for me, it's like, well, what did you do?
By saying that, you corroborate that you were an active participant in that kind of behavior.
To a certain extent.
Okay,
See, different levels.
so you're saying you know yourself and you know other people. You're just realistic about it.
I'm a flirt.
Okay.
I know that.
So but you still classify flirting as cheating?
Yeah, I
Yes.
do. If I'm putting myself saying I'm exclusive to somebody and I'm over here interacting, laughing, and joking with somebody else, absolutely, because I'm giving that person my attention.
Why he's so funny? You like it? Why she so funny? Like
Yeah, like
Why she so funny? She got you laughing.
But for me, I look at it from the perspective like at the end of the day, tell me what it is. Like I'm straight cutthroat to the jump.
So if he come to you and say it's just flirting, I don't really like her like that.
I'd be like, all right, I don't. But tell me.
But just
don't
don't be
let
all
me.
okay.
Don't let me find out. Don't let nobody bring it to me. I'd rather a person really come to me.
So you open up a lot of can of worms with your dialogue, only because a lot of those things are up to discussion. Like flirting is a spectrum. What you consider flirting is not what the next person consider flirting. Flirting could be holding the door for some people.
True.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's common
really?
courtesy.
Yeah.
No, it's
that's
not.
Weird
It's
to me.
flirting for some people.
Yeah, because
Weird.
like for some reason.
Why you being so nice to her?
Yeah.
And that ain't even get no
Ain't that
attention as a
insecure-
child.
how
That's
about-
childhood trauma.
Is that
could
insecurity?
be.
I was about to say that's
That's
insecurity.
It could be a lot of
Yeah.
things. I'm just saying some people could consider that.
Why you key in her face?
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, that's different than holding the door and shit.
Yeah, like
Being a
courteous.
gentleman.
Yeah.
All you can do like,
one
you
thing
can hold the door and make a joke, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden that's flirting.
You mentioned something. You said something about like why do men wait for women to come. It's dangerous to approach a woman or to actually try to court a woman. It's dangerous. You need
But
to court
every
up.
religious
Especially,
book say if a man find a wife, he find a good
oh no,
wife.
you ain't wrong, but it's dangerous for a man to pursue a woman now. It's especially a successful man. He should think twice before going out there. He has to be very careful and deliberate about pursuing a woman, especially if you have something to lose, because the way in which you approach it can be misconstrued in so many different ways.
I agree with
But then
that.
that's not a person for you. You should, but at that point,
And
in
at
your
that-
success, you
but-
should be
but
able
he-
to
I'm
determine.
that guy. I'm saying it ain't worth the try.
So do you
Talk
ever
your
try?
shit, John.
If I was, you got to really be calculated. You don't understand that everything is considered a microaggression
I
from
did.
a man.
I did. But at the
What
same
you may have
token,
not considered a microaggression in your day is now a microaggression.
Okay.
No, the only reason I say
But
your
then I
day
look
because
at
it's
it from
very
this-
different.
I look at it from this. Then I look at it from this perspective. If women are always choosing you, how do you know that's your person?
You don't. You just they're there for
So you
short
just
time, not long
entertain.
time.
You entertain
good
that
time.
person. So are you ever going to approach a woman to find your person? Because you determine what's yours or not.
I think no. I think for a lot of men, they probably may say, I mean, if this ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, why?
So you
Why?
just take what you can get. You don't have no expectation for yourself.
You ever met men?
Hey yo.
I'm just saying I'm from a different era. You know what I'm saying? I'm
a
from
lot
a
of-
real egotistical era of men.
I'm sorry, she probably from the worst era, man, too.
Oh yeah, I think the one before our grandfathers, they were super tox,
Yeah, like,
super tox. They had that toxin.
yo, I know men that be like, oh, it's never gonna be another one like me. Oh yeah.
To that next one come around.
Our generation, remember, we have been humbled by that. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we ain't that stupid. We got Instagram. We see it. Okay, his abs are not my abs. Like, I don't gotta be funny.
And my generation men don't have the abs.
They got it off with the
Hey,
dad
hey,
bod.
I'm gonna say, what's wrong with the dad bod, Joe?
No, but they got it off young with the dad bods, like 16. Like dog,
16, they ain't
even
even mature
try.
yet. Yeah.
like you don't want to go out and walk. Like it'd be crazy. Y'all, you endure it a lot.
So, John, are you saying you think men can't approach women now? I'm
Yeah.
trying
No, I
to get
said-
exactly
I
what
said-
you're trying to say. Yeah.
No, I think you can. I think it's difficult. I think you got to be
The
calculated.
approach is differently.
And you got. I would size if I was in that position. I would be sizing a woman up for a very long time before I approach them.
But I think you should.
Very long
Yeah.
time.
But I think you should.
I'm talking like a month.
I mean, yeah.
I think you should.
Just to
Sometimes
let
you
just
don't-
let that be known till later on.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
'Cause it sounds real stalkerish in the beginning.
It
But
does.
you better
What
start
I'm saying,
somebody.
sometimes
yeah,
you don't
definitely.
have the opportunity to wait a
Right.
month because you're only going to see this woman once or twice. It
But
might
this-
be the only time.
But
So
this
you
is what
gotta.
I say. You can tell a
But you
lot
gotta put yourself
about
in
a
it.
conversation. You can tell a lot. See, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a prime example, a quick thing. I was in the gym the other day, and I was like, okay, like I'm
Can I-
focused.
Can I stop you?
What?
You was in the gym the other day. There's a lot of different ways a woman can be in the gym. What were you wearing in the gym?
Oh Jesus.
What exercise were you doing in the gym? There's a lot of things you can
Okay,
do.
so the
you
first
can't
thing,
just say I was in the
first
gym.
of all, I didn't have not an inch of, like, you know, women go to the gym with the makeup on. I don't have not an inch of makeup. I look like somebody mama. You know,
That ain't a problem for a lot of people.
I had on an oversized t-shirt. I had on leggings, but my hiney, I have a hiney, and it wasn't out. As my grandma said, it wasn't out. Okay.
Well,
And I
that
was-
big T-shirt can be attractive sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, the oversized t-shirt, yeah.
Oh, you don't know. Oh, you don't
I
know.
said.
So you got to get back out in the streets.
I got
You
it,
think
I
that?
got it.
Because that means she knows she got something back
Yeah,
there. It's
exactly,
like, hey, what's
exactly.
under there?
If she
Yeah.
pregnant, you like, oh yeah.
What's,
Like, I know
wait,
it's back there.
what is she trying to carry conceal over there?
Yeah, the girl with the Amazon leggings, you know what she got, but what's under the t-shirt?
Yeah.
The Destiny's Child t-shirt, 1999. I want to know what's under that.
Yep.
So don't let it be like an old
It's
school
intriguing.
t-shirt. Like
It's provocative.
I was on the treadmill.
All right. And
I
on
was
the
on the
trip.
treadmill.
Oh,
and
that's
All right, we gotta let her finish. I know we.
I was on the treadmill on my incline. I was in my zone, listening to the new Beyonce. I was trying to feel out, see what was going on.
Thick.
You know? So then I was like, okay. And I saw the guy go past, but I don't pay nobody no mind. Like, I see people but I don't pay nobody no mind. And so I said, okay, I'm going to just pay attention because I ain't for all of that. I'm not there, right?
What gym?
LA Fitness.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so I go, and I'm in the middle of the, like, morning, you know, that's 7, 8,
What's
9.
prime hunting season?
Hunting
I figured that's when
season.
people go to work.
Right before work.
No, I wasn't right before work. I was in the midst of traffic.
Yeah, because
going
most
to work.
people get to work around 8, 9 o'clock,
Yeah,
so
so
they
I
supposed
was
to be.
in there.
they
That
supposed
morning
to be
crew
in there,
people
yeah.
got something to do. Those people got jobs,
Yeah.
so they got to get in there quick, see what they got need. And
Let's
So
see
they
what-
don't got time for all that.
Oh, no, they got time.
Oh, okay.
You can
make
make
it.
time.
They'll
So
make
I was
time.
making my way to the Stairmaster, right? I wasn't even on it yet.
On the Stairmaster.
I wasn't on it
That's
yet.
how he knew something was back
he
there.
knew
He's
it.
like, oh, he going to the.
But see,
she going to the
you
Stairmaster?
was already walking on the
Alright,
incline.
bet.
You was already walking on the incline.
Oh, in the incline?
Yeah. She was already on the incline. Y'all missed
We
that.
give you insight
that,
into
that,
men.
that minor detail.
I know what you.
We're giving you insight into men's brains.
Okay, I
created the whole thing.
really enjoy this because I'm like, I didn't
It's not your
know. So he's like, excuse me, you know, I know you're in your workout, whatever, you know. He was like, but might I ask if you're in a relationship or whatever? I was like, no. And he was like, okay. He was like, you know, I was wondering if I could take you out to dinner. I thought this was refreshing.
Yeah.
Because
said, that was
it's been a
awesome.
very long time since a man had the confidence to walk up to me
Politely.
and politely approach me
Politely,
like this. I
yes.
thought this was amazing, right? So I was like, damn, he don't look like my physical, but you know what? You know what I mean? It
A little
just made
Friday
me be
date,
like,
happy
you know,
hour.
let me go and-
Right.
So he was like, you know, thank you. He said, I'm gonna text you this and that. And he was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb your workout.
This guy's good.
Didn't even text me that day. Great.
Man, he's
See, that's that old school rule.
Yeah.
Never text him when
Never
you first
day,
get the
yeah,
number.
yeah.
He just texted me his number. Great. But this is the problem.
Oh, gosh,
I've
what he
communicated with him. All he's done is texting. This man is studying for his PhD. I'm like, oh, they in the gym.
We winning.
This is what I'm thinking to myself.
We winning.
Okay, I've been
Oversized
here all this
t-shirt
time,
wins.
right? This man is 30 years old.
Okay.
It's not gonna work for me.
What's wrong?
Why?
It's
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's 30?
He ain't, no,
Oh,
because
cool
she
guy.
said he only communicated via text.
No.
Oh.
She want a phone
But
call.
you got to teach him how to communicate with you.
I shouldn't have to.
No.
But everybody
no,
communicates
that's not,
differently.
That's
Yeah.
not.
But see,
not
this
fair.
is how I know
See?
it's a different generation.
But no, well, even people in their 30s, some of them
Yeah.
prefer phone calls and some people prefer text, but you don't know until you communicate that with somebody.
You should
So
say.
you have to say that what
So
you
you-
prefer.
That's
You
one of
gotta
them. That's one of
use-
them. I'm setting my ways.
I'm
and
a-
I'm
That's
not.
what he asked me. Can I have your social media? Oh my god.
Oh, Lord.
Wow. See, all
Oh, yeah.
right, I was with him.
All right, he messed
And
up right
then-
there. He messed up right
Look,
there.
He
I'm
only
with
knows.
him.
He only knows. He only
All right.
knows from his.
I'm about to say, damn.
landscape. What you got to do as no offense, you're gonna be the cool. You're a cougar in this situation.
wanna
It's
be.
not, but it's not wrong.
I'm
with
gonna
it.
say-
Did
I'ma
does
say-
he know how old you
Isn't
are?
it
So this
No,
is
all right,
this is the
I
thing.
won't
But
say
you
can
do
get
have
out.
social media.
You
though.
should hit him like
So-
this. Hey, sweetie. You should hit him with the
Hit the,
sweetie.
"Hey, sweetie."
Hey, sweetie. You need to call me. I bet you he call you.
Yeah.
Shoot, he'll FaceTime.
Or
you.
ask like, are you okay if we talk on the phone instead of always?
It's not. Are we okay? It's
Or you
the
say,
way,
or you
like,
say
it's
this,
not- that's not
or
it.
you
I'm
say
not
this
gonna
to him
be
because he
texting.
might like this. He might. Men are weird. I know. You say, well, that's not how I communicate. We got to do better. He will.
He got to figure it out.
Is he a blue text or green text?
He's a blue text.
Okay.
Oh, FaceTime.
FaceTime him. What kind of car you got?
I don't know.
You don't know that yet? PhD for what?
Shit.
Microbiology.
Oh, you come on.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to get our future together. He can.
No, we trying to get out.
He said we. John started speaking
That's
French.
probably gonna be his excuse when she talk.
Yeah.
Like I just ain't don't got time to talk all the time. I can text when I
I
need
don't
to.
either.
But
But you
it's
make
not a
time.
good
But
excuse.
say that to him.
Like I don't even. I'm really busy.
So you gonna let it go?
I haven't.
You gotta
responded.
learn
He
each
was
other's
like, when are your
communication
free
styles.
days? And I told him, he was like, well, I would love to meet up, this, that, and other. But you still haven't called. I didn't even respond because I'm like, I don't
I
feel
think
like
that-
How's he
asked
supposed to
me.
know that though?
Yeah, that call thing.
The
Well,
call thing is a big thing. For
It is a
me.
big
And I get that, but you can't. No one can read your mind.
But
You
what
gotta
I-
communicate.
that's true, but I think it's a generational.
Like
thing.
I feel like initially you're meeting a person,
You
I
call
would
them.
expect a call.
A text. I think a
and
text
that's
is after.
fine. But you are agreeing to potentially go on a date with someone that is not in your generation. So therefore, because
Did I
they,
agree?
it seemed like
Yeah.
you gave me your number.
Yeah.
How many exchanges you get? 3 exchanges.
About 4.
Y'all dating?
Y'all
Nah,
dating at
that's
the full.
crazy.
But
Full
I
messages.
never think it's fair when someone is like, "You supposed to know how to treat me. You supposed to know."
Well, no, I
that's
don't
not
believe
the
that,
case.
yeah.
But that's kind of what you're
But
saying.
I'm just saying a phone call. Initially meeting somebody, I would expect somebody to call.
Your expectations are different
I
from
think
his, and he don't
expectations-
know until you communicate.
Slide
If
in like,
he's
hey,
30
when you
years
free to
old,
like when you free to FaceTime.
Nah,
He's not in the generation that calls. Because I think,
Yeah, I think
my age group
you gotta
is
give me
probably
grace.
the last ones that were calling.
Right. Yeah.
I think so.
We
'Cause
started
it got the
text
phone.
messages.
Real what?
Text
Yeah,
message-
but like if I'm dating somebody, we gonna sitting on the phone all day, brim on the ceiling. Like we still would talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we did.
and
talk.
I'm 30, so
I've been on the phone for 6 hours
yeah.
Yeah.
with the
I
cord.
I
wrapped
can't
around the
really
house.
shoot him a whole lot of bail.
I think you might.
He hasn't tried to call one time.
No.
I wouldn't have.
I do think you.
You wouldn't have?
Nope.
No, I would have called by now.
I would have called.
Unless someone told me that they prefer to talk on the phone, then fine.
Oh, no.
But otherwise,
If I'm shooting my shot from a man I'm pursuing and I ain't getting the type of feedback I want, I'm calling.
no.
I,
If a guy
to
that
me,
got
that's
my
when I get my
number-
best. I understand. I can hear.
That's why.
I can hear your voice
yeah.
tone and
Oh, yeah,
your
yeah,
inflections and everything.
Yeah, I get all
and if
of
you
that.
really liking
Calling's
me
a
or
cheat
not.
code. You can learn so much more by anybody calling them.
That's actually how I got my wife.
Call
I got a number, called her the next day.
Next day,
Yeah, I did. The next day, not
Okay.
not the same night.
you broke the rule.
I did, but I liked her so.
Oh, that's why you got married. Okay, so we back. Another episode of Answers to the Beat.
Yo!
We'll keep all that. We're not gonna do
What
that.
it is, what it is.
It's John, Maul, Mel, Sid, and I'll let our guest introduce herself. But we're not. I want to give it before we get to our guest. Thank y'all for listening. We appreciate y'all for coming back another episode. This episode should be quite interesting. It's going to touch on a lot of different things. So,
And thank you for everybody that came to brunch.
oh yeah, thank you for everybody that came to brunch. It was a big success. We're gonna actually drop
I ain't think
pictures.
that on the last
We
episode.
had a social media malfunction.
Social media, man. I like
You
that.
like that? Okay.
Malfunction.
So you're gonna see a overwhelming amount of just video clips from episodes you didn't see dropping. But without further ado, I wanted our guests. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
You know what's funny? I introduced myself. We were talking. I don't think I asked you your name.
I don't think you did.
I didn't. I said, hey, my name is John.
I said you already knew her name though.
I forgot.
Yeah. It's okay.
Isn't it literally on the outline?
And it's on our calendar.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's on the calendar and the
It
outline.
is.
And it's in the text.
But to me,
This, what
I'll-
do you
I just-
look at on your phone?
Let me tell you something. No, I just did this at work. I literally don't be asking people their names. I just be talking to them because I don't think their name.
Oh,
is
I
important.
asked and I don't.
Their name is important.
That's
Like I asked and be like, okay.
But
tell
I
us.
feel like the conversation.
I don't even listen when they say their name. Normally.
Yeah,
It's like a formality. I'm like, what's your name?
That's horrible.
All right, that's what's
no,
up.
it
And then
goes-
move on.
It goes. You like, and you like, your name is what? Okay, your name's Danielle.
Yes, Danielle.
So nice to have you. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate your energy. So have you listened to any episodes before? It's okay if you
I
haven't.
have.
Which one?
She said she had that face like, yeah.
Which one?
She looked like she don't agree with something we said.
I actually just listened to the last one. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the topic of it, but you guys are very raw.
Really? I think we're mild.
I don't.
We've been raw. If that's a word.
No, I listened to that because it was like when I listened to the one we talk about women's mindsets.
Oh, that's our bag. Mansplaining. We love mansplaining.
And I like the one with the women took over.
Oh, you was?
I thought it was
Our
cute.
wives was on there.
I thought it was cute. I thought it was a different view from with you guys. You guys are kind of like straight to the point. They were like it was more of one of those kind of things.
Men
like,
versus women.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So I like it. I think this is a good platform.
Cool. So
Thank
tell the people. Oh, so before we get into the topic, Maul is our resident comedian. He does a dad joke every episode. So we want to see if you laugh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let me get my
I'm gonna try not to laugh too quick this time.
He loves dad jokes.
Let her introduce herself. Then let me get.
Oh, you got queued up.
Yeah, let me get something queued up.
So
Okay.
where you from? What do you do?
Okay.
Let's get. What's your what do they say? Your elevator pitch.
My
Your
elevator
5-minute.
Okay.
What sell
5
you.
minutes. That's not an elevator.
No, it's like two.
I need
One.
like a minute.
It's a minute. If you want
Danielle.
an elevator for 5 minutes, is a problem.
Right.
broke.
What floor are you going to?
So who are you? Who are
Okay.
you? Without what you do, who are you?
Okay, my name is Danielle. A lot of people go by Dan. I have a lot of different names.
Danny?
Dan.
Dan.
Like, because I was always a laid back, kind of like a homegirl, homeboy type of situation. So
Do you ever use that if you don't want to talk to somebody? You tell them my name's Dan.
I do all the time.
What you tell them?
I
Like
would
I'm
say-
Dan. And do you ever? No offense to that community. Do you
I'm
ever
like,
be
you interrupted her whole
It
interview.
depends.
I know.
It depends
You be like,
when
I'm
you met
transitioning?
me.
You
No,
be
it
like,
depends.
I'm
No, it
transitioning?
depends. No.
You should say it, but you can use that. I'm Dan.
No,
I'm
never,
Dan.
never. I'm not even claiming any of that.
All right, okay. It'd be funny. I would do it.
No,
He said I would do it.
I would if I could.
it depends. The nickname that you know depends on the era that you met me.
Okay.
So if that makes sense.
So what do we know you as?
So you know me as Danielle.
Okay, perfect.
That's where I am. I'm a mother. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a lover. I'm a friend. I'm a sister. I'm a sociable loner. I love social events. I used to be out a lot in my heyday. Now I'm kind of a loner, restructuring, transitioning, you know, digging deeper to find, you know, my authentic self. So that's where I am right now, where I am. A little transparency. I haven't given it out a lot.
What do you mean transparency? You haven't given out a lot?
I'm not necessarily a talker or a sharer. A lot of times
Could have fooled us.
I'm about to say you seem very.
You guys
See, that's why I knew you was the boy
different-
by girl in high school.
I'm
That's
in
what
a
they would do.
different phase,
I don't really
okay?
talk. Like I don't.
I wasn't.
I don't have a lot to say, and then
In my social environments, you know,
Okay.
my comfort zones, I'm the communicator.
So we made you feel comfortable in here.
Y'all guys.
All right, good. That's
This is
good.
phase.
we tend to do that. We
And
tend to
you
do
know
that.
I'm in a different phase. I told you I'm in a different phase
I got
right
you.
now.
You're trying to-
where,
Yeah.
you know,
Be out here. So you
For the
do
streets.
a lot of
No,
different
just
things. So today you wanted to kind of specifically talk about
yeah.
what you're doing currently. So
Yes.
about that. So you have businesses yourself,
Yes, I
and
do.
your kids have businesses, which is amazing.
Yes.
And you're teaching them entrepreneurship through you. So it's like kind of you're walking this journey together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a beautiful thing.
like parenting, you're learning together. First time being a parent, their first time learning how to be a child. We're just navigating through.
Yeah, first time learning how to be a child is wild.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
it's true.
Yeah, that's what
though.
I'm about to say. I never heard it put that
But
way.
you gotta
I like
you
it.
gotta follow before you can lead. So I get it.
Yeah.
What do you think? What have been the biggest ups of parenting and working with your kids to developing them into entrepreneurship? What has been the biggest, upside to that?
I feel like the upside is because my biggest goal in life is for my children to be able to survive without me.
Sure.
So I feel like I'm teaching them certain life skills that will help them be successful and be able to maneuver in the world without me being present, because they'll have those skills. I think that's the biggest upside about it. The downside about it is also teaching them that people aren't always kind,
Oh yeah.
and the different aspects that you're going to get or personalities that you'll encounter. That's really difficult, because if you can handle me, I feel like you can handle the world, because I'm not the easiest mother. So
Why do you say that? But that's because you really can't give that answer.
I feel like,
Your children have to give you that.
oh, well, they would
Nah,
tell
she
you.
knows why, though.
I know.
You know?
I'm a
Yeah.
handful. Like, I'm a handful as a parent, because I have certain expectations for my children.
I think that's realistic, because the world's gonna put expectations on you whether you like them or not. So
So that's why I tell them, if you can handle me,
you can handle the
you
world.
can handle the world.
I mean, I think that's your job. Well, it used to be the job as parents to prepare your child for the world and prepare them to literally be by themselves, live by themselves,
Right.
and survive on their own.
Right.
It's a dying art. So
How
I
do you really
appreciate
teach
for
them
doing
that everybody isn't kind? Like what? Like
Ooh, it's
that's
hard.
I know it's so scary. I mean, I'm not a father yet, but
I feel
I
like
worry
school
about that.
starts it.
Like
I feel like
school.
school starts it. Just trying to navigate in social settings. I think you definitely need to put your children in activities.
Oh, for sure.
They need
Sports.
to be diverse activities. I'm all for the Black culture, Black power, Black movement, but I feel like they need to encounter other races early.
Sure.
My daughter was shell shocked for the first time. She wanted to try soccer. She was the only Black girl on the soccer team
For sure.
field until her girlfriend came. We invite, that was a shell shock. Her school is culture based, and she was just like, "Mommy."
Who
And
are
I was
these
just
people?
like, go for it. Like,
it's none of me.
A lot of kids, when a lot of other cultures, other races, they don't usually do it. A lot of people until work, until they get to work, and that's their first time really experiencing
That was
other
me.
cultures. So
Yeah, that experience.
Yeah. I was black everything. Well, more
Yeah.
predominantly black everything until I got into the work world, and
think that was me.
then I was like one of like 3 black people in my whole office, and I was like, what the hell just happened?
Oh no, that wasn't me. I actually danced majority of my life, and I took classes at the Baltimore School for the Arts. It was like a TWIC program.
Yeah.
And I did ballet.
That's pretty
That was
multicultural
my
school.
thing. That was my thing. Ballet was my thing. I always thought I was going to be this prima ballerina growing up. I had the worst experience there that really took me out of. I never did ballet again after it. Like
Wow.
I had, my teacher was white, and she said some racial comments to me where it shut me down
Damn.
completely. And I was maybe 13, 14 years old.
So knowing that, how like to Melvin's point, so so that moment is coming for all of us and all of our children. We know it's coming. What do you say to your child? What do you say?
My biggest thing is not about what people say you are is what you believe in yourself. I'm a very big person of building confidence and self-esteem. Just reiterating and giving them those affirmations daily.
Right.
You know, encouraging them to read, encouraging therapy.
Okay.
Because I feel like all of us need it.
Sure.
In today's day and age, even young, you just don't know what children encounter. They're not going to speak on it. They don't know what is a safe space or not. So
and their perception is always going to be different than yours.
Exactly. So I just really encourage them I just reaffirm them like all the time. I don't care what it is. And even after they do something that I don't appreciate or approve of, I talk to them after the fact to discuss why I didn't approve of it and where were they mentally to even make those choices. Now I'm learning boys, they don't know. I don't know is really I did not know that.
Yeah. Our parents didn't let us say like
you
knew.
No, I don't know is an answer.
Yeah.
I'll speak for all the men, not just boys. Because I still say I don't know.
I'm about to say.
I still don't be knowing.
I don't know
what do you mean?
Why you about
don't
it?
know?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
If I knew, I would have said it. I knew.
I haven't thought about it. Like I don't know. I have no thoughts or opinion. And I think that's a whole nother conversation because I think a lot of women would say, "How do y'all just move aimlessly throughout the world?" It's just like that's
how does water run? It just goes.
I don't know. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss.
It is.
It is.
Like y'all, I don't care. So it's just. Yeah. But anyway, how do you teach that positive mindset? So you're teaching your kids, people are going to be unkind, but yet you're going to have to still remain kind. How do you teach them to stay positive through that? And how do you stay positive first? Because you got to be
How do
positive.
I stay positive? I read a lot of books.
That helps.
And for me, I go to therapy.
I had to do that one day.
Cool.
Therapy a lot. I get Reiki therapy. I do believe in transferring energy and, you know, opening up certain areas of your mind. I do believe in music therapy sometimes, meditation, and prayer.
Cool.
All right, let's rewind. I'm sorry. What is Reiki therapy?
Reiki therapy is basically like
energy.
I call them light workers. It's more of like transferring energy and moving it different places of your body.
She like laying down and
you're laying down. It's like a massage kind of sort. It's like an energy massage.
Oh.
And like you can literally feel movement. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a light worker, but I like the light.
My mother said she felt like she was levitating.
Yes, like it's really a thing.
And that was her first time doing it.
I have a really good place.
Is this like the Holy Ghost or something?
Like they're amazing.
Is this like the Holy Ghost or something? Like you?
Just the Holy Ghost.
Some people may define it as the Holy Ghost.
I think that's a form of therapy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of religious people may not believe in it, but
that's spiritual enlightenment in any way. I think can be therapy.
I do, and
I'm
I
down.
mean that's the thing. I mean,
go get
I
some
suggest
Reiki.
anybody.
Oh, you down? You gonna be up?
He probably thought you just get a ring.
Wait, what?
So you down? You gonna be up?
No, but I mean, I really feel like that's a part of self-love. I really think if you really focus on the things and get in tune with yourself, like I love getting pedicures. That's my thing. If I could go every day, somebody rub on my feet, that's what I'm gonna do. But I feel like you need to find.
Shit, I am.
I think
that's our love language.
I'm just saying. I think.
I envy that about women.
No,
ain't nobody rubbing on our feet. You gotta go pay somebody. Rubbing on your feet.
She won't touch my feet.
Some people do what you need them to do.
Yeah, feet is a hard one. That's a hard one.
Some of y'all don't have no nice looking feet.
That don't mean they need to be rubbed.
I got pretty nice feet though.
I don't know.
According to male standards.
You must say male standards, not the women's standards.
No, my shit. That shit good.
You gotta pay somebody.
No.
So are all of those things part of like your daily rituals?
They are.
You wake up and do something that's focused on self-care.
What time do you get your day started?
My day starts about maybe 4:30.
I'm gonna say to get all that done.
You
have to be up. So what time you go to bed?
I am. It depends. Typically, you know not to call me after 9 p.m. I'm shutting down.
Jesus.
Y'all know in sync though.
I'm just getting in my groove.
I'm gonna say 9 o'clock. I'm still at work, so I'm just still.
Typically, I'm not. I do have a good schedule. Now, on the weekends, I might show off a little bit. I don't know.
10?
Hold on. She feeling fancy 10, 15, you know.
No.
The late night show might run over a little bit.
No. It depends.
That's
It depends.
funny.
Sometimes I wake up, like, I'm not really a straight through sleeper either.
Yeah.
So sometimes I wake up from time to time.
I was having this argument about people that say they go to sleep early. To me, so I don't do anything in the bed. My bed is literally for sleep. So when I hit the bed, I go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't
sleep?
watch TV. I don't eat. I don't scroll phone. I go to
I
sleep.
have a question, but I ain't
Nothing
gonna go there.
Listen, guys.
All right.
A little SNS.
I'm about to say,
A little SNS.
don't sit on anything in his house.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Wait a minute.
But the
No
thing
couch,
is,
no chair.
people say they go to sleep. They literally be just in the bed. To me, that's not sleep. Do you go to bed or are you asleep?
I'm going to bed.
Okay.
So around 9, I'm in the bed. I'm there.
Okay.
Now I might talk a little bit. I might scroll a little bit. I might read a little book.
It's
It might be
winding
a
down.
show, but
Yeah.
I am winding down.
I cannot
to
do
the bed.
anything. I tried. I can do
I just
nothing in
can't
my
lay
bed.
down and go to sleep. That doesn't
Yeah.
work for me.
I
It's like I'm
usually
winding down.
wind down on my couch, and then like when I start dozing off watching a show or something, it's like then I transfer to the bed. I very rarely actually watch TV in
See,
my bedroom.
I can't transfer. If I was feeling sleepy in the bed, on the couch, and then I go upstairs, I might be wide awake again.
Because you gotta get up and physically
Yeah,
move.
you
That's
gotta
why I
go
need to
hard.
wind
that's-
down
that's-
in
that's
the
what I'm
bed.
saying.
So it's like
Everything restarts.
I just want to go right.
That's why I hate getting up, go to the bathroom. I get up and go to the bathroom. You got to walk to the bathroom,
Oh, I
walk
hate
back.
that.
Like, oh,
I hate
damn,
it.
now I'm up for another hour.
I will hold that. I will hold my piss until I wake up in the middle of the night.
But then get worse.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm not getting up.
I'm saying, because when you're black and real full, you start to get the shaking. Like, all right, I gotta get up now. Like,
Right.
God damn,
When
I'm
it
up.
forces me to, yeah.
Not for going to go to the restroom.
Yo, could you be up, yo?
Yeah, I don't.
I be like, I don't feel like getting back
Nah.
up.
So you speak a lot about energy. So I don't believe in reciprocating the same energy somebody gives you, because I feel like that actually taints you. What do you feel about that? So how do you give energy to others?
I'm gonna say I arrived at a different place because I used to reciprocate energy. I used to. Oh, okay, if you gave me this, I'm gonna give you hell.
Damn.
I used to be
You a
like
fighter?
that.
She did say that.
So
she
you
said that
said
earlier.
they
She
go
did-
low, I take it to the flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to be like that.
I like that.
That's
She
exactly
definitely
how
said that.
it
She said that earlier. She's like, my kids don't even know. I used to we used to fight back in the day.
Yeah, like it used to be a thing for me to be like, okay, if this is what you're giving me, I'm gonna give you that.
What you
too.
have, like a left hook? Left hook.
More of a right.
Okay. You got
Um,
a right. Okay. I'm close to your right hand, so
You are.
And you,
But,
I mean, you
but
get the
I
back.
don't-
I mean, you get the backhand
Yeah,
too.
about to say, that's the,
I don't believe in that anymore.
you don't believe in that. I
I
love how you
don't.
put that. You don't believe in
I-
violence.
Reform
You don't choose
fighters.
violence.
I don't.
Mike
I
Tyson.
don't. I like.
Yeah,
I
from Mike
really,
Tyson.
I really don't. I feel like for me, I'm at a place in my life where I have too much to lose.
Yes.
And
We should stop fighting after high school, guys. But you, like, for
I mean,
PSA.
self-defense is something different.
No, that's one thing.
You know
We're
what
not
I
talking
mean?
about that. Self-defense
But-
is self-defense, but people got to stop fighting.
Yeah,
because people
I
don't
really-
fight fair. Fighting, you be fighting forever now.
And I mean, what are you really gaining?
You're gaining nothing.
Nothing.
What are you gaining? So I look at it from the perspective of a lot of times the energy that people give to you. Okay, let me take it back. My mother always says this to me. She says a lot of times that the encounter of a person, you have two things that come out of it. It's either a reflection of something good that you need to continue with yourself, that you need to continue to strive at and be better at, or it's something about you that you need to focus on changing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a negative reflection of yourself. So we are mere reflections of each other.
Right.
So a lot of times the energy you get from a person really doesn't have anything to do with you. It's really saying a lot about where that person is in their space.
True.
You know? So why am I going to take on whatever negativity or chaos or whatever your malicious intent is? Why am I taking on? If I'm in a great space, I'm at peace, I got this joy in me, I feel great. Why am I going to let that harbor my spirit? You know what I mean? So it's like at the end of the day, you know what? That don't have nothing to do with me. Either I'm gonna go ahead and let you, whatever you gotta get off, you feel better, or I'm gonna just let it ride, because I don't have the mental capacity
Correct.
to take on none of that. Like I'm not doing that. You know?
I think we all have to like hit our own rock bottom
Yeah.
to achieve personal growth to like the next level. So I remember, I think when I was 23, 24, 25, like those 3 years were very pivotal in trying
Last
to,
year.
Yeah, that's
Come.
what I was gonna say about a year or two ago.
like
Because I'm old.
5 years ago. But anyway,
He'll say that shit
It's
like
not
it's so
wrong with
long,
being older. You
like
know
it was
where
so
it's
long
bad.
ago.
I think we need more
26,
OGs.
27.
Like everybody want to be young.
Oh no.
No, for real.
He just called. He did just call you
He
OG.
just called me
Nothing
auntie.
wrong with aunties.
He just called me.
He did.
He did.
Hold on. Why is that so? All right, talk about it. Why is that such a bad thing?
I don't want to be titled.
We do want to be.
I want
That's
my-
a whole
my-
title.
She said she doesn't want to
You
be
don't wanna be
titled.
titled.
You
wanna
want
be young?
Anybody else?
You want to be a
I
city
am
girl?
young.
You want to be a city girl?
No, I don't
Exactly.
want to be a city girl.
So somebody got to be an OG. Somebody needs somebody to listen to. Like, so who's going to share the wisdom?
But do
If
they
everybody
really
want to be
listen?
young.
Do people really listen? To
Yes.
that? Oh, okay.
There's not. a
We
lot of-
listen. We
but to
listen.
your point, there's a lot of people that don't want to be the person to
Yeah.
impart knowledge.
Yeah.
And then what happens is they say, why the generation lost? Nobody wants to help them.
Well, you got to understand the generation before mine didn't talk. It was very,
still
very
don't talk.
secretive, generation.
That's
They
why we
didn't-
need
you know,
we need y'all.
We are in that transition. I believe some of us share, but
Mm-hmm.
some of us is still groomed that you don't discuss certain things. You just don't. It's taboo. You don't speak that way. You know what I mean?
So to your point, the way you even got here is by somebody older imparting
he is
knowledge.
not that older,
But-
bro. You
so
hear how
us-
they talk about you?
Shit, I know.
But it's nothing to me. It's people find something so wrong with it. I work
Yeah.
with old people for a living.
Ooh,
Older people. No, seriously.
But, hold
I
up.
work with people 80 to 90 years old for a living. So when,
elderly.
the elderly.
Okay.
Now, old is not a bad. So old is not a bad thing. Only in America. I'm telling you, it's only in America that we say old is bad. Old is great. Old is
Yeah, it
wisdom.
is. It
Old
is.
is character. Old is
But
history.
old doesn't necessarily mean wisdom.
Not always,
true,
but
yeah.
old doesn't
Okay.
always mean broken down either.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Or depleted or done or finished.
It
That's
doesn't.
not mean that. But anyway,
Hold up.
Chico,
I'm
one of
about
our
to say,
past
Chico
guests.
doesn't mind being called the OG though.
He doesn't.
All right, just FYI. So I know.
He loves that. He embraces
He'll
that.
tell you that.
Right, but he gave game to us, and then you here. So to me, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people don't want to embrace that. Because I hope that as I get older, somebody reaches
I'm just
You
back.
not.
wanna
at-
be
I'm
the
just
OG
not at
real
auntie
bad.
age.
Why not?
I'm just not at.
I don't know.
auntie age.
Is that a man versus woman thing though? Because it's saying I feel like I've heard a few
Yeah, I think
older
auntie-
women say
they don't like
I'm
the
not the
term
auntie, but
auntie,
no,
yeah.
the guys we like I don't man
But
my
you know
man
what?
aunt. What's up, aunt?
But
I
you
don't
know,
Some
I
care.
cigar
can
and a
say,
whiskey.
I can say my son's friends do call me auntie, and I mean it's an endearing form. I think it depends on the way it's depicted to you. Like it comes off like.
So you
So
don't
how has
like
it been
John
depicted
calling
to
you
I
auntie?
don't like it.
Your auntie, by the way.
I know.
But you remember on
Yeah.
Friday they said, "Hey, Miss, what was it? Who's the lady?
What was her name? It wasn't Carter.
Miss Parker.
Miss
Parker,
Parker.
yeah.
Hey,
You
Miss
don't want to
Parker.
be a Hey, Miss Parker?
No.
What?
But I do have something that my son is going to kill me if he ever heard this. But I was told I was like the hottest mom in the school.
Yeah.
My mother dropped me off to the bus once, and they was like, "Oh, your mother a MILF," and I was like, "How am I supposed to take that?"
Mom never come back. That would be me if I'm kid. You never coming back. Drop me off at the street. I know.
I felt proud. Like,
As we
thank
grow-
you.
As we grow in life, there are different flexes.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? There's nothing
It
wrong
is.
with that flex. Being like, oh yeah, your mom come up here. They taking the kids was waiting at the car. Like, yeah,
Right.
his mom is
Oh,
crazy.
he get dropped off at 8:15 every morning. I know she's gonna be out
It'd be
there.
even bigger flex
be
when you
cutting the
slap
grass.
her.
She gonna get out and give him a hug, and she gonna bend over, look. Nah, that's what.
I know what time she take her morning walk.
Remember, get your paper for you.
I took the trash out.
I cut your grass.
Yeah, all the chores done.
He hates it. It's so funny.
So you don't want to be. What do you prefer? I always say, when people say they don't want to be old, what do you prefer? It's either you want to be old or you want to be dead. What do you want to do? It sounds morbid, but it is.
Both are synonymous.
You know you're right. So I have to take some time to think about
It
that.
is nothing wrong with
I
being
have to
older.
take some time to think about
It is
that.
not wrong. I want to get older.
Yeah.
When, like for
Well,
example,
you
at
are
work-
getting older.
So yeah,
literally.
you literally have no
You
choice.
can't help it.
Right, and I
Yeah.
always say to them, I said, I want to be like you when I grow up. 80, 90 years old, living good.
We want you to be better than us, though.
But
That should be the goal.
But if
yeah.
y'all not embracing
Okay.
the OG title, if y'all not trying to be OGs, we can't be better.
Well, I guess it depends.
can't be
on
better
your,
on our own.
It depends on your audience too, because being older and sharing information, it sometimes goes unheard. So sometimes that's why a lot of us don't talk.
I get you. But one thing that's interesting is, oh, you can pass. That's what we do every episode. So it's funny because people always say older people are so different from younger people, but every entity in which impacts young people is ran by an older person. TikTok, Apple, everything you do,
True.
music industry, is by people in their 50s and 60s. It is not by young people. They're the people calling the shots still, but yet we say it's not that much distance as you think.
But think about it like
I don't
this.
agree with
Well,
that.
for me,
Yeah.
I don't really felt like I listened. I had aha moments as I got older,
Mm-hmm.
but did I really listen and apply it at that point? No.
But do you know what would have made you listen?
What will make you listen? That was an important comment.
Because if you know you
Consistency.
didn't listen, now you have to then impart what could have been differently done to you and do that better to the next generation.
I
So
think-
then maybe they will listen.
Okay, so I agree with you on that. I think it would have been the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And the consistency.
Yeah. Because I think, I mean, even with Jesus, he met people where they are, but now religious people are not willing to do that. And it's like, that ain't what we were taught, though. And that's not what's effective.
Yeah.
Meeting people where they are, speaking to them in the way that they can take it in, works in all aspects of life.
What I try to move in is grace.
Yeah.
Grace. Everybody deserves grace, even you, because you're not
Yeah.
gonna be perfect,
Right.
but you still have to deliver a perfect message to your child. You know, you have to demand excellence. That means you're gonna be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Melvin disagreed with something. He said something.
Oh no, you just said TikTok is ran by the older folks. And
It
don't
is.
agree
I mean, the
with
people that own it.
the people that own
that
it,
pay-
but
But it's
when I
not
say-
ran.
it's
When I say
not
young,
ran by
So
them.
it's the younger
This is
people.
why I'm
Because
saying-
the young people go in there, they basically tell exactly what they should do, and they feed off of what the young people
that's
do.
where the trick is, right? Even down to the clothes. I always said, someone has told you what to wear. It's only certain stuff in the store. It's only certain stuff online. They're only going to put you in these parameters, even with these tech companies. The kids are using it more. But it's a psychologist sitting there saying, let's put this button here. Let's put that button here. I see their activity. That's what those analytics are.
You see
about.
the activity. That's the point that I'm making.
But I'm saying,
Their activity dictates where what button is getting put where.
to me, the power is I can shut this down. That's the power. Not the user, because everything.
Why would they do that?
If they want to.
I mean,
they've done
can.
it. They've done it to many things, but every now and then somebody flex and show you really who the power belongs to. If COVID didn't show you, they showed you who got the power, and it was not the people you thought had the power. You like, oh, it's the people. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Watch this. And all of a sudden you like, dag. So now everything I go do is they had us lining up in line to get a shot. That shows who got the power. And
I think that's two different things.
No, but
it's all-
I think
It's-
you're
no,
diluting these two
You're
things.
saying it's all this different things.
I understand your point, but-
power. I'm just saying power and
Yeah, but
influence.
power doesn't always come with age. I think it's the difference.
No, it doesn't come with it.
That's all. Okay.
But no, I was just trying to rebut to his direct point that, like, I think sometimes we don't think people have power. The people that they look like they're out of touch with us are controlling us in different ways and we don't even know.
I agree with that. But I guess my disconnect was that initially you said the out of touchness was age, but that's not always the case. It could be finances. It can be all those other things that make them seem out of touch. Because TikTok is not ran by old people. Like, they're our age.
No. When I say run, I meant to say own.
They're our age.
Own.
You see the guy in China? That owns it?
Yeah, you know, once they hit a certain age, they like raisins.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so
He's
maybe
probably 35.
They be good to a point.
My man's a walking preservative.
No, I'm not gonna get into that. We're gonna go down another time. Stop.
Black is the only thing that don't crack, baby.
Stop Asian hate. Stop.
That's not hate.
Asian hate.
That's not hate.
Asian
Facts.
raisin.
But anyway,
No, Asians be looking young until they don't. Right.
It's literally what it is. It's
They
literally what it
really
is.
look young.
I'm just
sorry.
trying to figure out
That
the
is-
black.
that might be
I always
racist. I'm
wonder-
sorry. I'm
That's
sorry
all
to
right, I
that
got
community.
something. I'm not
Black.
gonna
It
get
can't be
into
racist.
that. Stop Asian hate. Do you okay? Generational bondage. So you talked about something that people.
Can I just finish my point? The owner of TikTok is 1 year older than Mark Zuckerberg.
You believe it?
Yeah.
I don't.
You think he lied about his age?
I don't. I believe somebody else is in control. I'm telling you.
So you don't think Mark Zuckerberg is in control?
I know he not.
Well, not anymore. But he created it. He was in control for a long period of time. I think he's handed most of that over.
Who is his investors?
Right, yeah.
Those are the controllers.
Those
Okay,
are the
money.
go
controllers.
that way.
I'm gonna say,
All right.
he's going on that route.
All right,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh
I feel
yeah,
you.
like
okay.
that's, I'm just
I will
saying.
not rebut this anymore.
No.
I got you.
you got it, John.
Yeah,
No, you just-
he layering this shit.
I always say you got to come back stronger. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not going.
Yeah, you did.
I
You
can
wasn't
see
letting
that
that
go.
go.
Though. No, I'm not gonna let go.
Whoa, that's what she said.
Omar, before we get to the next point, do you have your dad joke?
Oh yeah, shit.
He was prepared, but then we kept going, so he put his phone down and everything.
Yeah.
Did he stop us or something?
No, because
No.
we was like,
You ain't
we
wink at
was
us
in
or
a
nothing?
Oh, yeah. Y'all was in a groove with the conversation,
ahead.
so it's like, you know. All right, so what do you give a social influencer with bad breath?
Say it again.
What do you give a social influencer with bad breath?
Okay.
What?
A compliment. And if that doesn't work, you give him a TikTok.
Nobody?
Danielle, talk about it. Talk about what you're thinking right now. What do you feel?
Who
Her
made
reaction,
that one?
her reaction made me laugh even more than I would have put up.
Who made that?
Cause she like it's corny, but it's funny as shit. I know.
She was trying to laugh. Her mouth started twitching. Then she started holding the tear.
That's why I was like.
So how you feel about that?
I expected a little bit more.
I said
Gotta
every week.
go simple straight to the point.
The social influencer part, that's what
Yeah.
threw me off.
Yeah,
Like, what?
like-
Who wrote this?
Oh man.
A compliment.
Yeah, and if it doesn't
And
work,
then
offer them
TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah.
It fit in with the times. It fit in with the times.
Let me ask you a
I
question.
thought that was like the best one. I was like, oh, no, what? That goes right along with what we was talking about.
Are you like a dad joke type, or you like crude humor? Like, what is your
I'm probably like crude humor.
crude humor? Like, you like what's that show that used to be on? Def Comedy Jam type.
Yeah, I like all that kind of stuff.
That kind of
yeah.
stuff. That stuff was belligerent. I
Yeah,
watched it
I like that kind
on
of
Amazon.
stuff.
I said, dog.
Comic View used to be the shit.
Comic
back in
View.
the day.
Def
Yeah.
Comedy Jam was crazy though. Some of the stuff Bernie Mac was getting off on there. I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
never.
They can't do that now.
We couldn't do that now.
Yeah.
So you talked about something. You kind of hit on generational curses and generational bondage in terms of they didn't do this, they weren't consistent, they didn't deliver it well. What are some of the generational curses you think you've had to break, and how do you keep yourself from reverting back to what your parents or your grandparents were in those ways?
That's a good one.
Thank you.
I really believe. I've actually been reading this book, and I recommend it for everyone. It's called "It Didn't Start with You: How to Break Generational Trauma."
You
or
should
like
share that.
DNA.
I never heard of that book before.
With that book, and I was saying that a lot of the bondage or the trauma that we experience was like in the womb of a parent, like of a woman, and like certain things that you experience, you don't even understand why. But like your uncle could have had this trait, or like somebody, your grandfather, you don't understand why you've experienced these type of things. I'm gonna say my family is very diverse. We have Asians, we have Hispanic. My uncle has traveled all over the world. You know, my family is like hidden up and down the East Coast, and I would say one thing that I feel like was a generational like trauma for us is secrets. Not sharing. I'm not even gonna say secrets per se, but just not sharing. Not sharing life experiences, or just telling you what you shouldn't do, but not telling you the why or what they've experienced. I feel like being adult, like my mom and I, our relationship has grown tremendously on just sharing and being more open.
It's beautiful.
To talk about what your triggers and your traumas are. I believe in triggers.
You do believe in triggers?
I do.
Okay.
I believe because there's trauma. So you have triggers from trauma if you haven't healed.
Okay.
So you're saying if you heal, you no longer have triggers.
I feel like
I agree.
you release those triggers.
Yeah, I feel as
You know
if
what
you
I'm
still
saying?
triggered, you still are there.
Yeah. So you haven't really finished your work. But
I have to your point. One of my kickbacks. So I like personal growth stuff and all that kind of stuff. But one of my kickbacks is always where people leave out self accountability.
yes, absolutely.
Whereas though, like being a self aware does not also. It doesn't mean you're not accountable, and it also doesn't mean you can be mean. And I think sometimes people say, it's my season, I energy, but you still mean. Though.
Yeah.
Like you're still a mean person. Like okay, your season at the soft life for me. Okay, all right, but you're asshole.
I believe in trends as well.
Soft life is a trend. I just found out about it.
Yeah. I love the movement that's going on right now. I love the healing. I love the focus on yourself. I love all of that aspect. But are we really doing the work? Because when we really do the work, it gets ugly. It's painful. You lose people you thought you loved. You love people you thought liked you. You're transitioning. You're not that same person. So what you like and what you used to do or who you used to be around can change.
Did you experience that as you're transitioning through
absolutely.
your journey? Like, hold on, I thought you was my friend.
I did.
I thought you was my uncle. Thought you were my aunt. Thought you were my
did.
husband. I thought you were my boyfriend. All those different things. Like,
Yeah.
what do you like? How do you deal with that?
I think it's a lot about reflection, accountability, setting boundaries. If you had any, I believe I didn't. So a lot of my relationships, I feel like I was very much a giver, over giver, and sometimes that could heavily impact you negatively. So then when there could be a situation that occurred and you don't get the reaction you like or the response that you needed from a person or the love that you thought you were giving out is not reciprocated back to you, that's when that transformation starts to hit. and you really start to look at yourself and like, wait a minute, who am I?
Right.
Or do I even know who I am?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it gets to that point. Like, why was this a friendship? Was there anything gained or being received? Was that energy the same? Were we on the same wavelength? It just goes to start questioning different things about yourself. And I feel like that's the work. That's when it gets painful. That's when you have to, and I tell people all the time, even my children, you just blow up a helium balloon. You put that situation or that person, and you just blow it away. You got to let it go. Sometimes you're not going to get the closure. You're not going to get the answers you want. You may never have a conversation on why it's not working anymore, but you wish them well because this is really about you if you're doing the work. It gets ugly. It's parts of myself that I didn't even know. I was like, oh, sis.
That ain't cute.
You were doing that?
Stinking.
You know what I mean? Was that love?
Get right. You gotta
So,
get right.
you know, it's painful. And I really think that sometimes when you have to sit down with yourself, COVID made me sit down with myself.
I was about to say, that's a good point. I realized in my travels of my long life,
Yo, what?
That's nice.
that people, I'm trying, you said you ain't
It's
want to
nice,
go old, so I'm trying to
3
call myself old.
It's 3 decades.
That's a hard working 3 decades. That first decade was crazy.
Wild times.
I was going to say, I survived pandemic, 9/11, 2 wars. But anyway, I ain't going to get into it.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Another recession.
Another recession. I was born into a recession. But anyway, dang, I forgot what I was going to say.
Got
no,
you all
that-
that,
that long life.
Look, got you all that.
I know.
But no, the last thing you said, what was the last thing she said?
About doing the work.
Yes, doing the work, and also talk about the fact that the work is never done. I think that's the part they never tell you, and I was misinformed.
And that's what gave me pause when you said that if you're healed, you no longer have triggers. It's like, are we ever fully healed?
But you should get new triggers.
You should get. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So we're forever evolving. Like so, the world is forever changing. So therefore, we are too, right? So you're going to develop new experiences or new ideology or a new different thought process on how to govern yourself on things. Like before, like I said, I would reciprocate.
Reciprocate.
Reciprocate, reciprocate energy.
The vodka
Like,
water.
huh, I don't know what it is. But I would reciprocate the energy. Like, oh, this what we doing? Cool.
Say less.
Now I'm like,
Less is said.
dang.
Say
you
less
all
is
right?
such a toxic phrase.
Yeah, I love say less.
I
used
love
to
it
say
too.
Oh
a
wow,
lot.
you love it.
I used to
Yeah,
say
and
a lot.
that-
She used to say
You
it a
said-
lot. She's in
Yeah.
a new place.
I'm in a new place.
Okay.
You know? But now
Guess
I'm
I'm not
just
here.
like, what is this?
He's
Sorry.
self-admitting. I'm not.
I'm on a
here.
forever journey of healing.
So I'm
But
that say
guess-
less guy.
I guess like for now, I'm just like, I'm looking at it deeper. Like, what's that about? Like, what's your intention?
You ever?
To be dismissive.
This is toxic. Here we go.
Okay.
Disclaimer. You ever look at somebody and be like how far are you in your journey? Like, are you at the next exit yet?
Hey, yo.
You never look at nobody and be like,
I
dang,
have.
you not
I
on your,
have.
like you still at exit 2. Like,
I have.
get off and get
Exit
some
2.
gas. Like,
I have.
do something.
I have.
Take the back road. Like, you're not getting there. Like, I
believe
want to tell
Everyone's
you.
journey is different.
I
It's
know
not
that's the
linear.
problem. But like sometimes
But
you
see,
like
but
you're
then
not
we gotta be
moving.
but then we gotta be careful because then we're starting to judge.
Right.
No, I
You
am.
know,
I'm being
so-
toxic. I was saying that. Yo.
Yeah, I mean, I've been at that place, but then I feel like you get to a place where you know you're judging, and like, who am I for real?
So what's the all right? How can we differentiate judging and holding someone accountable? That's hard. I've
It's
struggled.
a
with
fine line.
I
It's a
struggle
very
with
fine
it.
It's a
line
very
with
fine
that.
line.
It's very difficult, but there has to be some dichotomy in this situation.
I feel like you can bring awareness.
Okay.
Like if that's
How do you bring awareness without being disrespectful though,
Or judgy.
or judgy? Because as soon as you bring awareness, it's
guess you
like,
offer support.
why you? Who are you to tell
but
me?
you're not the person that determines that.
Oh,
Who is?
I need to
person
understand
the
that. That's,
receiver
I
is.
guess I'm struggling.
That's
You
actually.
know?
I'm about to say that's where you can see I haven't grown
Yeah, that's why I just I was like, I got,
because I don't. See, I think I got to stop being. I get a little too judgy sometimes. I think that's where I still need to do some work in terms of like I said, you're on this road and you're not moving any further, and it's just like, but yet you keep telling me you're moving further, And
to our point, you can't say that.
It's none of
to
your
our
business.
point, no, it's not even none of your business. Like, who you can't say that they didn't move.
Yeah, right. Who the hell do I?
Because a lot of the healing you're not going to see.
Right.
Because some of the healing you ain't even know
it
they needed to be healed.
Right. Because a lot of times people will show you who they want you to see.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But when you are going on a journey and you self-reflect with yourself, you can kind of see in between things, and you're like, well, wait a minute, there's no consistency.
Right.
You know, and I think that's why social media is a gift and a curse. You know, because we can definitely be whoever we want to be online, but when we really want to do the true work and traumas, it's like, who am I getting? You may see one side of me, and you may see somebody else.
Right.
Then when y'all come together to talk, you're not talking about the same person.
Yep.
You know, so that's why I think it's a big thing on learning how to be a little more transparent. I'm not saying share everything with the world, but I'm just saying just be a little more open to be able to receive and give whatever it is. Because we all have a gift. You know, this might not be your gift to talk about or share with somebody what they're going through or what it looks like to them. I know I'm very blunt. I've lost a lot of relationships because I straight
See what it is.
I go through the throat. And I guess for me, people have told me, like, you
People
need to be a
tried
little
to
bit
put that tag
mindful of
on
your
me.
delivery.
That's not me.
You know
Allegedly.
what I'm saying? Like, people might be, you shouldn't have said it like that. Well, I'm like, well, how
You want me
do
to say it or
I
not?
it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I have-
who you present
they
yourself
needed
to
to
be,
know.
for me, is
Yeah,
who I'm directing. Now, if you said it and you were a little more softer with it, I may have gave you a different approach.
Right.
But
I have
it
a
all
low
depends
tolerance
on
for that. I'm grown. I've grown in a lot of ways, but I have a low tolerance for incompetency.
Wow, that's
Just basic stuff that 1 + 1 = 2. When somebody try to tell me equals 5, it just invigorates me. Like, I see you can
didn't carry
do this.
the
I
remainder.
see this. I see this. I see this. But and the thing is, I've worked on giving people grace. I give people a lot more grace than I ever have. But I think what happens is, when y'all talked about boundaries, grace is great, but boundaries are still boundaries. And then sticking to your boundaries. I think a lot of people set boundaries. I think there's a lot of people that are goal setters. They're growth setters. They put all this stuff out. But the action items is where the struggles come. How do you hold yourself accountable for the action items?
Oh.
That came out of nowhere.
That's
I'm
what I
saying,
just
wait,
said.
what?
That wasn't in here.
It
Because
just
it was not in here.
it manifested itself.
So I want to be a part of the conversation.
How do I hold myself accountable? I've learned that before I respond, I need to give myself at least 24 to 40 hours, 48 hours. I need to sit in my emotions. That has been a big thing for me because I wasn't a person that processed emotions. It was just right off the top, whatever it felt at that moment, how it made me feel. That's what you were getting.
Wow.
You know, but I
She's
learned
definitely
that.
the boy.
That sounds like a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, everything I'm saying, she's that girl. Boy, bye. Like, because she ain't processing that.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Like, yeah, so now I'm just like sitting with stuff. I need to know how that feels. You know, I need to embrace that emotion to see what it is because I really wasn't a person that would even deal with them, you know?
So, with having children, a lot of the stuff we use, I know our parents probably would not have let us get off some of the stuff our kids now get off. Like, for example, if your child comes to you and says, Mom, that hurt my feelings, and I need some time to process this. Like, it sounds beautiful, but us and, you know, if we're true to our culture as African-American people, man, if you don't shut up and go in your room, like, it's not that. Like, so how do you transition to, okay, she said she needs to process this. Even if you put it in air quotes at the time, okay, process. Process me whooping your ass. But anyway, but what do you, because now you got to step back and do something different.
Yeah.
Okay, she needs to process. Yeah. Even though to you, you're like, it's not the process. It's my way or the highway.
Well, I know I'm giving my kids that grace.
God bless you. I'm trying
initially, I did not.
Okay.
Initially, I did not. It was what I said was what I said because that's how I was raised. You know, but a good friend of mine, we had a conversation about it, and she basically said to me, like, you know, we're living in different times, and we have to teach them how to express themselves and how to navigate and maneuver through certain things. Because if we look at it, we think about like all the children committing suicides and not being able to express themselves or really feeling safe on how they feel. So I might go off, but it's more like I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I expected a little bit more from you.
Those are hard words here about from your parents.
Yeah, it was like, you know, because when we have certain conversations about expectations, and if I give you wash the dishes, take the trash out, get good grades in school, I don't think that's difficult.
That's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
At that point.
So if I'm giving you that and then you come back with all these lies and excuses, it's like I'm disappointed. You know, I don't feel comfortable with how you treat me. My feelings are valid. You know what I mean? So now with my son being a teenager, you know, we had those conversations. He'll come back like, "Ma, I apologize. I don't even know why."
Man, I gotta make you feel good.
X, Y, and Z, and I'm just like, "Oh,
You
wow,
cry?
it's working."
Yeah, no.
It hit you. I know it hit you.
Like-
Like,
You know, like it works. So even with my daughter, she'll like go to my mom, and my mom will come to me like, "She didn't feel X kind of way," and I'm like, "Well, talk to me. How did that make you feel?" And she's like, "Well, I didn't like when you brushed me off. I wanted to talk about X, Y." You know, it's about having dialogue now to understand where they are. So it's not we're not friends now. We're not friends, but I want
treating
them
them like
to
a
have
person,
safe
though.
space. Yeah.
humanizing your child is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us probably weren't humanized.
No, I wasn't.
We were humans, but we weren't humanized.
I woke up to a hanger a few times or two.
Whew. Got the hanger.
Was it the wire hanger?
It was. I have.
That's the
You
school of
must
hard
have-
knocks ass whooping.
Ooh, the hanger. I ain't had a hanger.
I never had
For
a
real?
Yeah, I ain't had a hanger.
Yeah, you got hide
That's not
those.
your
I
era.
had the ruler.
No.
That's not your era.
Y'all was a-
Switches and hangers were our era.
And see, the
okay?
switches, and most people, like, the misconception about switches, everybody thought, like, yeah, the big switches hurt the most. No, it's the little ones.
It's
They,
the
No.
they,
little
the one,
Oh,
they the
yeah.
one, they the ones that
Take
bend
the leaves
around.
off. You had to take the leaves
Yeah.
off. You had to sit there and take the leaves. You had to pick your switch.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
saw that on the Jackson 5 movie.
Oh, I've experienced the switch.
Yeah, that's
It's
real.
never, switches never hit me.
Electric cord?
No.
I mean, it's no trees in the city, though. Or
I guess
over
that's
east.
child abuse now, so.
but also, I just wasn't that. So my oldest brother, he got in trouble.
He got me a lot of my
Oh.
beatings.
My other brother, he got in trouble, but not to the degree of my oldest. I watched all of their trouble.
So you learned.
I literally sat there and said, I don't want no smoke with none of these folks y'all got smoke with. Like, y'all can get your ass whooped. I'm not. Like, I don't want this life. It's soft life for me. Like,
No,
leave me alone.
my lifestyle was not to get caught.
Oh.
And I'm not a good
Sounds
liar,
like
so
now.
I just knew I had to do
Said
that.
was? My bad. Go ahead.
Facts.
Go ahead.
That's so crazy,
My-
yo.
my
Yo,
bad.
whose side you on, yo?
My bad.
It's your own
Wait, I ain't want to open up.
My man, the ops.
It's all
Do your own
love, yo.
things. You kind of rushed us throughout. You went through this outline, like blazing speed. You didn't do it on purpose, I guess. But anyway.
Hit all the points.
We can
But,
talk about it again.
No. It's funny because do you now accept being an OG now?
No.
She said she needs to
She
process it.
doesn't like.
She said she needs some
accepted
time.
it.
She said she need 24 to
She doesn't
48.
like
Yeah,
the-
she
the-
need 20.
the name.
You know what I'll
I'm not
say?
gonna call you
I'll
auntie.
take big sis. I've been
Okay.
called big sis. I can take big sis.
That's good enough.
Yeah, that's it.
I can take big sis. I can take that.
Auntie, big sis.
I feel like auntie is like 45 and older. I'm not.
I mean,
that
you
bad.
knocking on the door.
Ooh.
Damn, y'all want her to come back or no? Yo,
You like, hey, niggas going on
I don't
wrong.
understand. We want to get older.
yo, Jesus
See,
Christ.
I look. See, what happened is I'm looking at my 10-year plan from now to 40. I'm looking like, okay,
How do I become the OG?
what is? There you go. What is the lituations now from 30 to 40? The lituations get better.
Lituation.
Like for example, now you go to a party. At least everybody got money. You was in your 20s. You
Wait.
had a broke friend on Fridays,
Wait.
and they couldn't pay their bill.
Fridays was
In my heyday, we had money.
You did?
Oh.
Y'all
Oh,
had
we
jobs
had
young.
money.
Y'all had jobs young.
We were in a great era.
Yeah.
We'd had some good times. In my 20s, I've traveled
$20
the world.
get you a long time.
We've had some fun
Was you?
times.
Did you ever do Miami when you were younger?
I actually
South
did Miami
Carolina?
before I was 21. So I was going to the Alonzo morning weekends and all of
Oh,
that.
Zoe weekend.
So you like a charter member to Zoe weekend?
Yeah. I was
Charter
going to that.
member, yo. This nigga is funny.
And I know
You
it's Zoe
call her a
weekend.
charter.
Yo, I know it's Zoe weekend. now.
So she on the board of directors, yo?
Look, if Zoe weekend is like it is now,
I'm going to just say this.
when you were there, y'all was wildin'.
Let me tell you.
'Cause
this.
Uncle
We had
Luke
a
was still
time
active.
last
Yes, it was,
night.
and I've been to Uncle Luke's strip club. I have.
You went to Uncle Luke's strip
I
club?
have.
How was that?
It was amazing. We had great times.
You know what? It was no social media to document that. No
Damn.
evidence.
That was the
I'm going
best
to
part
just say
about
this.
that.
We had that 95 to 2003 era was one for the books.
Damn. All of it's undocumented.
All of it.
Yeah, y'all missed all the social medias.
Yeah, we good.
Luckily,
ain't miss it.
luckily,
No,
yeah.
they
That's,
ain't miss it.
that's the best time.
the only thing they had was Black Planet. But
'Cause
that was
Because
the
you,
after that.
because you gotta look at it like everybody couldn't get to these places. Like you really had to know.
was there,
to
you
know.
was there.
Yeah, like
The
you had
who's
to know
who's.
about it. It wasn't social media to show you everything about it. If you knew about it, you knew.
Right.
Like so, you were kind of like with the who's who.
That's when
like
actually,
that kinda.
like a lot of celebrities also used to be in the United States.
Yeah.
Now rappers are like in other countries. Like that's back when like you would catch a Master P or Lil Wayne in Miami on Zoe Weekend, or you might catch like a Jay-Z in Miami.
Yeah.
Like you would catch these people
absolutely.
there. Now there's no way you're catching a celebrity anywhere in your proximity unless you're LA.
I'm gonna say Miami 99-ish, 2000.
That was a vibe.
That 99, 2000. Oh my goodness.
That was a good summer, huh?
See, and they probably was going through that Y2K bug. They probably like, it's about the end of the year next year. We be going out with a bang.
We had a good time.
So let's talk about it. When that song comes on, what do you do now?
You reminisce.
So it don't get you charged up like it used to?
It does.
2000. And that beat drop.
It just reminds you of the good times, but it's like, that was a good time. You can't share.
Okay.
You can't share.
You don't just run out there like,
you know, like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You cannot share.
It's one of them you had to be there.
But you never. That song never come on the house. You had to. Let me show my daughter what's going on.
Oh
Hey,
no.
Let me show her.
Oh no.
Yo, John's a wild.
Let me show my
boy,
kids
yo.
back in my heyday.
They don't believe us anyway.
That's
They
why
don't
he wants you
believe
to
us.
show him.
Like, no, they don't believe us.
Y'all was wild.
We had a good time. I mean, like,
These kids stay
Miami
in
in
the
those
house.
days were good times. Like, you met good people. Like, I met one of my exes in Miami. Like, we had a good time. He wasn't,
Was he good? Is he ex now?
He is definitely an ex.
Oh, okay. I say you said good people, like
I mean,
great
well,
people.
Your exes can still be good.
Okay, that's true.
But
That's
just
true.
not good for me.
Oh,
You know
okay,
what I mean?
okay.
But we had some really good times. You met people from different places. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to just honestly say it was so funny. Like, he was from Delaware. Who knew guys was in Delaware?
Dang.
You know what I mean? You know, I mean,
Shout out to all our listeners in Delaware.
But you know,
Makes
I'm just
sense.
saying, you didn't know.
He said makes sense.
You
Makes
were
sense.
young. I was fresh out of high school. You know, I wasn't supposed to be in those places.
You was in Delaware or was in Miami?
No,
he
this
was
is
from
in Miami.
Delaware.
He was from, like, you
Oh,
know,
he
when you
came
go
down.
to Miami, it was like the meeting hub. You met
Right.
people
A lot of
from all
people.
over the places.
People
Like,
Was
I
D-
from states you
Was
never been.
DC like it is now? My dad said it wasn't U Street. U Street was actually really rough area.
No, but it was like, what was it? Club? What was the club?
Love?
Love.
Yep.
Oh, that was Love Hate.
Platinum.
Yeah, all back then. I can't think of the other club that we used to go to. DC Live.
Nope.
Oh,
See,
okay, yeah.
might have been before.
Maybe.
No,
That's
teach
right,
us.
right before us.
I knew
Yeah.
love. I ain't
I'm
know
trying
that.
to.
I'm saying they had Dream back then too.
Those years were a blur.
All I
They're a
know
blur.
is whatever y'all did in these major cities made it so that there's no hip hop music being played in most of these cities now. It's very hard to find a hip hop club. Like, those days are over because they said we know with that hip hop generation they wiped us out.
we had a good time though, but think about it. We had issues where certain things happened, but it wasn't to the extreme that it's going on now.
Yeah.
You know, people could wear or be flashy or show off. It was a fun time. People were complimenting each other on what they had or what they acquired. You know,
Yeah,
it
niggas
was
just hate.
you would be friends with this person from this state, and it would be showing love. You know, bottles in the club, whatever. You know, going to VIP sections. You don't know these guys.
So
You know.
where in the trajectory did the fake asses start to come in? Because 03, they wasn't like that. I think they came in around
Yeah, 03 it was just boobs.
2009, 2012 when they started. Really
I think that's when I left the scene.
That's when you had to bow out. Okay,
Yeah,
all
that's
right,
when I
so-
left the scene.
Yeah, because I was about to say, because I watched that Juvenile video. There was not one fake booty.
Good
And I was
time.
just like, this is interesting.
That's
But
good
the
time.
people that were getting bodies before
real.
had money. It
Yeah.
wasn't a thing. Like, it wasn't really a thing.
Oh, you saying the people the bodies are affordable now? Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very affordable. Like less than $5,000 you can get.
Sound like a real
But I
ass,
also
though.
feel like here goes social media again. It kind of like depicts on what is beauty. What is it? Do we even
It's
know
a s-
anymore?
It's a picture of it, and it's Kim
How do
Kardashian. and
You have a
everybody wants
daughter,
to
so
be
how
that.
do you? What do you teach her what beauty is now? And your son.
I don't know. We're gonna have to pray for him.
That's a hard
That
one.
is.
He be like you see the likes. His likes be crazy.
I don't want to look.
Oh,
He doesn't
man.
post, so he'll post a picture for
No,
a
he-
while.
You
No,
don't like
he,
though.
he got the like such and such and others have liked it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I really can't tell. I haven't looked at what he
That's actually
follows.
smart.
Maybe I should check that out. But with my daughter, like I told you, we are Muslim, so like she's very modest. So with her, she believes beauty is the character,
Aw,
how you carry yourself
that's
and things
beautiful.
like that. So she's a very modest young lady. So I don't, as time goes over, I guess we'll develop in
So it's-
those.
Interestingly enough,
Right.
I grew up somewhat, I guess, religious and in the church. So what happened is everything beauty was very modest. You know, you don't have sex, you don't drink, you don't do nothing, basically don't breathe. So when you go out into the real world, these values you hope they take, but there is a meeting of, okay, this is what I've been taught, and this is what I see, and it's that decision you have to make to figure out, like, okay, so now who am I? Like, how do you prepare yourself for those conversations?
I don't think you can prepare.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I don't think you can. I think it just, depending on the time that it happens, and you just hope you instill some core values into your children that they will kind of, you know, go off and guide by. But at the end of the day, they're not mine.
They're God's.
You know, so
Church.
I just give what I can give. Other than that, they're not mine.
Right.
And once I, like, you know, as people, we have, I don't know, I'm about to go a little off.
You go ahead. You got a couple minutes.
Well, people, sometimes we look at each other as possessions. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where we go wrong, and that's where relationships go wrong. So you can instill and be, when you focus on being your best self and really work on you, that's when whoever's for you or whatever's supposed to be with you will come to you. Sure. I'm learning that right now, you know, because we have the tendency to want to control everything.
Yep.
But we look at it, thing is we accept people for who they are, good, bad, and different. It's so much easier to accept the truth, to embrace whatever's going to come your way. But that comes to accountability too.
Very much so.
So
Yeah.
That's a good way to end this. Wow.
Before we go, didn't you want to shout out your kids' business?
Oh yeah, shout it out.
She got us a gift.
I brought you some gifts.
I wish I had some music.
Now, the first thing gift, I don't know, you guys can choose, is the first gift is my son with his business. He's NWR Socks. You can follow him on Instagram, NWR Socks.
Okay.
And these are some of his socks.
Oh, cool.
So you guys can pick from these. I also have another business that I've been helping. So this is Nile. Nile is 13.
Shout out to Nile.
Shout out to Nile.
Young entrepreneur.
3 years. And then there's another gentleman that I've been helping. His name is Jamari, and his is Dare to Dream.
Okay.
He has his own retail business. I would say it's like urban streetwear.
I love it.
He's at Instagram at Dare to Dream brand.
Okay.
I've been working with him sometime this year.
I really want to buy that hat.
Actually, now was focused on Access Hollywood as a kid entrepreneur.
Oh, cool.
Jamari was just focused on WJZ as one of the hometown.
I love it.
Nice.
And so just trying to help, you know.
That's huge. Now you're teaching financial independence, financial wealth, generational wealth.
Good quality, guys.
That is good quality.
Oh, and I have a business. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was waiting for it.
Okay, so I have my own children's shoe line. It's called Elena Rowe. It's actually my children's name backwards.
Okay.
So it focuses on little girls' traditional hard bottom shoes.
Ooh.
I'm about to launch my website, but again, COVID kind of knocked us out for a minute. So I have little things that I'll be posting on there too, and I'll send you the link
Please
to that.
shoot it up. Shoot it to us.
So entrepreneurship is good.
I love
think
it.
it helps build self-esteem
It does.
and encouragement, and just also give another platform to be a little more successful and not have to go to the stereotypes of today's society.
I love it.
That's my goal.
I love it. Well, we appreciate you being here.
That's
Yeah,
what
we do.
We was
Thank
just
you.
listening, soaking up all the game.
The big sis game.
I
big
ain't
sis
say
game.
Big sis.
He's about to let
He was about to go.
He about to let it slip.
For the record, if anybody has an auntie counter, I never said the word auntie. I never
He did
called her
not.
auntie.
He did not.
He just
did not.
OG.
He thought it.
OG.
He thought it a lot
The
though.
female version of auntie, I feel like, of OG is auntie. That's what I just got.
Really?
That's what I get. Yeah.
We gotta get something spicier. That's not. I see why you don't like that. Though.
Yeah, auntie.
All right. Because speaking of that, like my parents don't even want to be called grandparents. They all got their own names.
Oh yeah, my mother is called Love.
Oh.
So Big Mama's just gone, right?
God, no, it's no big. The mamas ain't that big no more.
And they not that old. And they not old.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
They
know.
don't look like that no more.
No jiggle arms, like they ain't stirring the pot like they used to.
Yeah, nah.
Their food is different. Yeah, they ain't seasoning it like they. Anyway, go ahead. Anyway, but that's another episode of Unsolicited Views. Danielle, thanks for having
Thank you.
us.
Thank you.
And we thank
Thanks
you
for
for
coming
coming,
through. Appreciate
agreeing.
it.
We gotta do something else because this was we're nowhere near what we could have went down the rabbit hole.
And I know you were talking about starting a pod. This is where you can start.
Oh
it.
yeah, and we're about to so everybody out there, Baltimore Podcast Studio is about to go under a serious remodel.
Yep.
It's gonna look beautiful in here. So we have an interior designer. She's
Grand reopening.
grand
coming
reopening.
soon.
So when we do that, please
Like the
come out and
pink.
support.
Yes.
You're gonna love it. Like the pink, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched
Oh,
this
shit.
show. It's
Oh,
been
yeah.
a lot.
I don't know if you're ready.
No. Anyway,
That's a whole
Yeah,
nother podcast.
yeah.
whole another podcast. But thank you for
I know.
coming. I
Thank
appreciate you.
Thank you.
That's another episode of Unsolicited Views. Peace.
Peace.